I think that Bitcoin is ready for $50,000, and in today's video I will be providing you guys with a short idea on both Bitcoin and Ethereum towards $50,000 and maybe even lower. Yes guys, I know that this is not the price target that you guys would like to hear, but trust me, after $50,000 Bitcoin will be ready for brand new all-time highs. Guys, I keep on repeating myself, while everyone was getting extremely bullish on this push over here, while everyone was getting extremely bullish on this push over here, I told you guys the draw on liquidity is still lower before higher. Why? Because of the massive wick that we have over here on the daily time frame, and because of this daily flat candle that has no wick to the downside or whatsoever. The draw on liquidity is lower before we push higher. So our focus right now should be on shorts, especially since we rejected after mitigating the liquidity above this high over here, and also if we apply the range low area over here for the Bitcoin price, we can see that we are currently trading beneath this pivotal range low area, and that we still have our range high area right over here for the Bitcoin price. The fact that we are once again trading beneath the range low area is a major sign of weakness. And also if we apply the 100 and 200 EMA on the daily time frame, we can see that we are trading below the important EMAs on the daily, and also on the 4-hourly time frame we are trading beneath these very pivotal EMAs. Besides the fact that we are trading beneath the range low, we are trading beneath the EMAs, we also have that draw on liquidity to the downside right over here around $54,000 for the Bitcoin price, right? Where on the daily we have this massive wick even lower, which is around $52,000 right over here, right? Even $51,500. So that means that in my opinion there's a high probability to get a push to the downside. Now what we are seeing over here though is that we are bouncing slowly to the downside, right? What I think is that this is basically a liquidity buildup. I think that since this price action over here occurred over the weekend, you guys know that if we have unswept weekend highs or weekend lows, that they are a massive draw on liquidity. This high over here, we put it in on Sunday 6 o'clock UTC time. That means that it's an unswept weekend high. Over here, we have plenty of unswept weekend highs over here, and even maybe this high over here might be a draw on liquidity as well, since we put it in on Friday evening. But especially the highs over here, these two that I've just been marking out, are a major draw on liquidity short term. So what I'm expecting for the Bitcoin price is to today or maybe tomorrow on a Tuesday, that we are going to get a run of this liquidity towards the upside before we get a major push to the downside. Why? Because once we start running this liquidity towards the upside, many people will be looking at a break of structure over here. Many people will be looking at a break of structure over here. But a break of structure, guys, it don't mean shit if you don't understand the higher time frame context, if you don't understand the higher time frame bias. And in this case, that context and that bias is pointing towards more downside first, so you shouldn't be looking to trade upwards reversals, right? Instead, this probably is going to turn out to be a trap into that high time frame range low area, into that hour 4 100 and 200 EMA, into that daily 100 and 200 EMA. If we are going to get a run of liquidity like this, I'll be looking for a weekly high to be put in over here, and I'll be looking for shorts targeting the daily flat candlestick and targeting the daily 50% wick fill level. Now, what does that look like? Let's say that we are going to take out these two highs over here, and we are going to potentially protect this high right over here. You could be looking at potential short plays right over here, invalidation over here, targeting the two draws on liquidity that I just mapped out, and that offers us a high RR trade of 7.5. Now the best way to play this is not to simply set limit shorts over here. The best way to play it is to wait for price to mitigate the liquidity pools, to find some weakness by breaking structure to the downside. In this case, the higher time frame context and bias are supporting our view, and now we are shorting the price of Bitcoin with our invalidation above this local high, or with our invalidation above this local high, targeting the downside draw on liquidities, still offering us a massive RR of 3. This is the short play this week for Bitcoin. I'm going to wait for price to mitigate the liquidity pool. Now, since I'm expecting a run of this liquidity, it can also mean that I'll be looking for longs upon the right confirmation. But for now, we can see lower time frame wise, there's nothing interesting, guys. Today we have a bank holiday in the US as well, so we are going to get a move like this. Today, I think that this will be a trap and that we sweep the bank holiday low tomorrow, then bottom out, then push up, then top, and then we reverse to the downside, right? Weekend moves and bank holiday moves, weekend reversals and bank holiday reversals cannot be trusted and are always either getting retraced or they are getting swept. Now let's move over to our trading idea for Ethereum, guys, because also Ethereum is showing some major signs of weakness, and also Ethereum, when we move to the daily time frame, this drawn liquidity is super clean, because what we can see, if I map out the 50% level of this major wick to the downside, I can see that the 50% level over here has a beautiful inducement right above it over here, and I think that this will act as a major drawn liquidity. Now why is this such an interesting inducement over here? There's liquidity resting beneath that low, because this low over here initiated this impulse to the upside that gave us this fake break of structure. Because of this fake break of structure, people start longing this sideways movement right over here for Ethereum. And where are these people that are longing that sideways movement? Where are they going to place their stop loss? Exactly beneath the low over here, making this a beautiful inducement and engineering even more liquidity right above that 50% wick fill level. Why is this a fake break of structure? I will keep on explaining myself for the people that don't understand. This is an insignificant high to break. Why? Because this high over here did not bring us to a new low compared to this low, but also that high, and therefore making it a insignificant high to break. Beautiful inducement, beautiful drawn liquidity, a lot of weakness over here across the board. After we rated this high over here, we got a push to the downside, and we broke structure to the downside once again over here as well, which means that the drawn liquidity over here should be next. Now how are we going to execute a trading idea based off this scenario? Also for Ethereum, guys, we are engineering a lot of liquidity short-term wise towards the upside over here. Beautiful weekend high over here on Sunday, right? We have some more weekend highs that were being created over here, which are engineering a lot of liquidity. So also for Ethereum, what I'm expecting is to get a run in towards this entire liquidity pool over here, and I'll start looking for shorts right over here upon the right confirmations. Once again, no limits set, right? We are going to wait for a sign of weakness once we start running that liquidity, and then we are going to target this high time frame drawn liquidity to the downside, right? Wait for the confirmations of both price section and the statistics dashboard once we are into our POI over here, and only then we start looking for shorts. I can still figure a bias, right? But if price action is not confirming my bias and not giving me a high probability setup, I will not be engaging with any trades, and I have to remain patient until price action, market structure, liquidity, and the ranges are going to confirm my bias, and only then, once I get my triggers based on those triggers that I just mentioned, once I get those triggers, only then I can be engaging with a potential trading idea, right? So we are patiently going to wait. Now, something that I would like to see for Ethereum and Bitcoin, and this is also one of the reasons why we'll wait for confirmation and not set any limit shorts, is that if we are going to get a run of this liquidity over here for Ethereum, and if we are going to get a run of this liquidity over here for Bitcoin, I would like to form some kind of SMT divergence. What do I mean by that? I mean that if Ethereum is going to run the liquidity over here, and for example puts in a higher high over here, right, or maybe a higher high over here, right, I would like Bitcoin to form a lower high over here, or maybe a lower high over here. That way we call this an SMT divergence, and this is a beautiful signal for a potential reversal. And this is also the reason why I'm not setting any limit shorts for Bitcoin or Ethereum, because I'm kind of expecting either one of these two pairs to take out this high, or the Bitcoin takes out this high, and that way we're going to form an SMT. And if I set my limit shorts over here and my stop loss over here, one of the two positions will get stopped out. So I will patiently wait for the confirmations. Once the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum reach my POI, I might be looking for scalp long positions targeting that upwards liquidity, but only upon the right confirmations. And for now, I have no triggers, no confirmations, so I cannot be providing you guys with a potential trading idea on that. But if I'm going to engage with a scalp long position targeting that liquidity, I will share it in my Discord community, so make sure to join the Discord for free through the link in the description down below. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys on Wednesday's video. Ciao, ciao.